Chicago Bears make their first splash in free agency, signing veteran safety KEvin Byard. Me and Bobby going to break it all down, talk about it all and more right after this.
Tuned into Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. We just got done on live. Me and Bobby in the building. CDub had to step out, but we just talked about the potential of this. That the Bears had set up with a meeting. They now signed KEvin Byard to a 2-year deal worth $15 million as the base salary. So what do you think about the signing? What do you think about the money? How you feeling, Bobby?
I love the deal. I said we just pretty much finished. I said that at some point you got to get your guys that that's gonna be for sure things, and you're gonna be able to get a guy who has some range. I know there's been a couple of seasons throughout his career to where he wasn't productive, but he is a 2-time All-Pro safety. He's had one season he had 8 interceptions. There are other seasons that he's had at least 4 interceptions multiple times. So you're gonna get a guy that's gonna bring you some veteran leadership. I believe he's very experienced. He's been on winning teams, and take you out from being able to explore other options. But you don't have to go into this draft like we absolutely have to draft the safety now. Yeah. Now you can look at this and say we could take the best player available if it comes down to what decisions they want to make during the draft. And the money, hey, love it. $7.5 million per year. Yeah. It doesn't hurt you that much. Hey, I love the deal. Ryan Poles, he's cooking.
You're getting a veteran safety that he's been healthy for the most part of his career, which is something you can't say about Eddie Jackson. He doesn't, like you said, he had the season of getting 8 interceptions. Doesn't always get a whole heck of a lot, but he's solid. He's going to bring some of that veteran leadership as well. We have a very young secondary. Jalen Johnson is going to be the oldest member of the secondary, 25 years old by the time the season starts. And while he's been in the NFL 5 years, that's great, right? But bringing somebody who's been around in teams that have gone to Super Bowls, that's on top of that, so it brings that veteran leadership. So I'm not knocking it at all. I think this is a really good signing. You get your guy, and he's going to come in. You don't have to worry about your safety position. If you see a safety that you won in this draft, you can still go out there and get him without putting the pressure on them of having to start right away. If you don't, you now have put that time on. Okay, 2 years. Over the next 2 years, we got to find our safety of the future. This guy's the safety for now, and he's a damn good safety for right now.
Oh, and I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And that's like I said, like we already got 5 draft picks. There's no guarantee we're gonna come out with 11 draft picks, like I believe first took over. There is a chance to get more capital, but again, I think it's smart to address this draft in the way that I believe that they're going to address it. Go ahead and make sure that you can get the best players available and take advantage of that. And if you can get a valuable deal like this off the value menu for a safety that's productive and at least can hold it down for those year or two, like you mentioned, and then, come back to the drawing board next year to see if you get a better prospect, somebody that you might like a little more compared to these guys that's in the draft this season, I'm not too mad at it, especially with the health that, him being healthy pretty much damn near all his career.
And All-Pro, right? Let's mention that. I don't know if we mentioned that as well. A former All-Pro. So you're getting a guy, again, this is much like the TJ Edwards signing last year. This is a safety version of the TJ Edwards signing. You're getting a veteran who you know exactly what they're going to bring. And I can't knock it out. There's nothing that I can say bad about this signing at all. For the money, the player, it all kind of overlaps perfectly for what we know Ryan Poles likes. And now, listen, he can focus on some other positions. But this being the first position that the Bears signed, at least in free agency, we know they addressed their offensive line a little bit with the Ryan Bates trade. I think this makes sense. You had a veteran who left. You're replacing him with another veteran on keep in mind, he's going to get paid $10 million less than what Eddie Jackson was going to get paid.
Bruh,
you can't knock
crazy. That. You can't knock it. That's why you got to love the move. And you know what I'm saying? It's just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not go ahead and panic and act like this is the last of the people that might be coming through the door. It's just getting started. And we just hope that they can continue on. I expect the Chicago Bears to get some things done, but it's not going to be some of the guys that a lot of people want. Like I know there's been the Wilkins guy from Miami been thrown out there. I don't see him in the Bulls uniform. I will be shocked to see him in a Bears uniform, to be honest with you. But this is a good move overall.
Facts. And the thing that I want to make sure that I remind everybody, and it seems like I see the chat, everybody's really favorable about this, but keep in mind, y'all, I told you guys to try to set the stage before free agents. This is why I waited to when I did in the week. The Bears are not going to be getting probably any big name free agents as far as tier A. They're going to get signings like this, very solid guys. If we get a big name, it's probably going to be one, if that, but that will eat up about half the Bears cap space. This is the type of signings that you can expect this offseason from Ryan Poles in a lot of areas. Get solid veterans and pieces that absolutely come in and fill the hole that fills the holes that you need and are going to be productive in what we're trying to do. And I think that's not a bad thing. These are the type of moves that teams that expect to be in the playoffs make. These are the type of moves.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. I think that was a great thing to say. This is, you expect the Chicago Bears to now position themselves playoff spot, especially with that. And you go get you a veteran with Ryan Bates, and now you get another good veteran in the safety in KEvin Byard. So you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'm just excited, bro. I'm happy that we're gonna be moving on and seeing what's to it. What you got to say?
Joe came in with no hat. He tired of you motherfuckers,
bro. For sure.
Man, how you feeling about this signing, Dub? I know you just said you didn't want to see them sign any 30-year-olds, but the money, $7.5 million per over 2 years, not a long-term extension there. It does not preclude the Bears from getting a young safety if they decide to do in this draft, but it does get them a solid veteran piece in there that you know exactly what he's going to bring. How you feeling, Dub?
Hey man, I have my own beliefs and what I believe in for the Chicago Bears team, but Ryan Poles runs it, and I guess he had a meeting with this guy. He liked what he heard, he liked what he seen on the tape from this guy, and I'ma just trust in Poles like I always do. So it's good numbers, good money. He has had some success in this league. He definitely had a big year with 8 interceptions. I think he had 1 year, I think in 2020, but he had an 8 interception year. So, okay, I'm gonna ride with him. Does he get paid for a living? I mean, what I'm saying? He get paid for a living to do these things. So I'm gonna ride with Ryan Poles.
His 8 interception year was all the way back in 2017, but he did have 5 interceptions in 2021, 4 interceptions in 2022, only 1 last year, but he switched teams, so maybe there's some continuity thing, but he did have 1 interception then. Matter of fact, when you look at it, his rookie year in 2020 and last year have been the only years he did not have at least 4 interceptions. So
it's crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's crazy because you're gonna be able to get some production. And now, when you talk about schematically, I think it gives the Bears another opportunity to add a different type of feel or another punch to what they could do defensively. Because now it doesn't have to always be Jaquan Brisker dropping down in the box. This guy has that experience as well, and you can kind of feed off that to see who's, who's having a better game, to see how you want to adjust at that second half, so you can have your guys in a better position. I like it.
Absolutely. Shout out to Coach T. Says all solid takes, fellas. You want veteran leaders in that safety position that has seen different situations. They have seen different situations. Completely agree with you. By the way, Coach T, I'm gonna put you on the spot here live in front of the 368 people in attendance for Chicago Bears Central. We need you to be on our live stream during one of the days during the draft. You can pick day 1, you can pick day 2, you can pick day 3, but we need you in the building live with the boys for the draft. There you go, Coach T. We laid out the invitation to Coach T. 390 people now saw it. You better have your ass in here.
For real.
But yeah, Brandon L. Jet says he does not like the money, but I like the years. Now, we did have another comment. I didn't see who left it. I'm not going to go back and look for it, but I want to give him their credit. He did say that it's a little too much to pay for somebody on the back half of their career. What do you guys? I think the money's solid for somebody who was an all-pro. I think you're going to pay that much for it. Yeah, I think if it was that much money over 4 years, to me, that's where I have some problem. Over 2 years, I'm okay overpaying a little bit for it. Even if you do, I don't look at it as overpay, but even if you do over 2 years, that's not too bad. What do you guys feel?
And my logic, I do think the same way. I was talking before in our weekly show that I didn't like his age, and I thought he was on the last end of his career. But like I said, Ryan Poles must have seen something he liked in an interview in his tape. So I'm just gonna ride with him. The numbers is okay too. It don't matter. I like the numbers. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm on the side of the same way you think it, Haize. If the guy's only 2 years tops, literally 2 years tops, the draft capital that you have right now is very limited. So you get the guy to fill in for this year, and who's the hell knows? There could be more trades. There could be the haul coming. There could be anything to add on to more capital that you have next season, and you can then find your young safety of the future. But this can be your bridge guy, the leader, the guy that has that veteran, that leadership role. And who knows, as Jaquan Brisker continues to go up, we need to make it happen.
Yeah. That's what's up. I'm glad. Great minds think alike. I'm glad Coach T would be in the building. We can figure out how to do the co-live stream, whatever we need to do. But here's what I'll say. Keep in mind, guys, is that you have Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, Lewis, and Jaquan Brisker all on rookie scale deals. So even if you are overpaying a veteran for a little bit right now, it's okay. You don't have to pay your guys out of your core. Yeah, you just played Jalen, which is cool, but you don't have to pay your guys for another couple of years, which again coincides with this kind. Pose is playing chess.
Yeah.
Everything always, like when you step back and kind of look at things, it always makes sense in the grand scheme of things. And like I said, this doesn't stop you from getting a young safety in this draft in the 5th round, which the guy I want, Jaden Hicks, is expected to go in 5th round. We know we got 2 4th-round picks. You never know, but you just never know. And then if you do need to kick it off till next year, at that point you have another transitional year where you have your veteran and you're bringing in your new young safety. So I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, it's definitely he's going to be a great bridge candidate, like you were saying. So if we was to draft that guy Hicks in that 5th round, you'd say he'd be a great bridge. Of course, he'll start this year coming up, but that guy learned, just like you were saying, to fill that void, and then we could just cut the. I'm just playing.
Somebody, one of our mods, get this clown Redbeard out of our chat. We ain't got time for him today. Get this clown out of the chat. One of the mods, break him down.
We ain't worried about.
Just get him up out of here. Go ahead and entertain and do something on your own business.
Yeah, go. I'm not even going to roast nobody today.
Yeah,
now, if y'all come in there with it, listen, this is the one day I'm not letting Petty Roosevelt out. So y'all get a 1-day reprieve. Anything other than this from this point on will get roasted. So there you guys go.
For real.
But you know what? I always love to. I always got to say this. I'm going to say this with class. I love how people from the Ghost of Judas thing have to come to a real podcast to get their actual football analysis. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Hey, Drip, they really want to kick it, Drip. They really want to kick.
It's funny. They really want to be our friends. They just want us to think like them. That's all it is.
Yeah, like, that's what it is, bro.
Okay, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. But all right, y'all. Any last awesomeness before we get up out of here, fellas?
Hey man, this is gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna get started hot and heavy tomorrow. Just like today. We gonna be the first to break that news. I'm telling you right now, we killing it. Chicago Bears Central. Hey, I'll be working hard, bro, going back and forth, man. Chicago Bears Central, #1 spot for your Bears daily updates, baby. Y'all come here.
I think this makes what 3 big pieces of news so far this offseason. We were the first channel to have a video out or a live out.
Let's get it, shout it.
What YouTube channel broke the Shane Waldron news again? Was it Bears Now? No, it wasn't Bears Now. No, it wasn't Bears Now.
It was this one.
Was it ESPN? No, it wasn't ESPN.
It was this one.
It was Chicago Bears Central, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. We're gonna get y'all that breaking news. Make sure you follow the channel at Chi Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related, y'all. We out, y'all. Peace.